Mars is a planet that has fascinated humanity for centuries. Its red appearance and proximity to Earth make it one of the most studied objects in the solar system. But beyond its physical characteristics, Mars is also home to a number of intriguing phenomena that have puzzled scientists and amateur astronomers alike. Dust storms. One of the most distinctive features of Mars is its dust storms. These storms can cover the entire planet, shrouding it in a hazy veil that can last for months. In some cases, the dust storms can be so thick that they completely obscure the surface of the planet, making it impossible for orbiting satellites to see what is happening below. While dust storms are not unique to Mars, they are much more common and intense on the red planet than anywhere else in the solar system. Scientists believe that the dust storms on Mars are caused by a combination of factors, including the planet's thin atmosphere and low gravity. Without a strong magnetic field to protect it, Mars is bombarded by high-energy particles from the Sun, which can break down the molecules in the atmosphere and create dust. In addition, the low gravity on Mars means that the dust particles can be easily lifted by the wind and carried across the planet. Polar ice caps. Like Earth, Mars has polar ice caps that are made up of frozen water and carbon dioxide. These ice caps are much larger than those on Earth, with the southern ice cap covering an area roughly the size of Texas. In addition, the ice caps on Mars are much more dynamic than those on Earth, with the size and shape of the caps changing dramatically over the course of a Martian year. Scientists believe that the polar ice caps on Mars are formed through a combination of atmospheric processes and seasonal changes. During the Martian winter, the temperatures in the polar regions can drop to as low as -195 degrees Celsius, causing the water vapor in the atmosphere to freeze and form a layer of ice on the surface. In the summer, the temperatures rise and the ice begins to sublimate, or turn directly into water vapor, causing the polar caps to shrink. Valles Marineris. Valles Marineris is a massive canyon system on Mars that is more than 4,000 kilometers long and up to 7 kilometers deep in some places. It is the largest canyon system in the solar system, and it is so big that it could easily stretch across the entire United States. While scientists are still not sure how the canyon system formed, they believe that it may be the result of a combination of tectonic activity, volcanic eruptions, and erosion. One of the most intriguing features of Valles Marineris is a series of unusual features known as chaotic terrain. These are areas where the landscape is highly disrupted, with blocks of rock and boulders scattered across the surface. Scientists believe that chaotic terrain is the result of landslides, caused by the collapse of underground caverns or the sudden release of water from underground aquifers. Methane on Mars. For many years, scientists believed that Mars was a dry, lifeless planet. However, recent discoveries have challenged this assumption, including the detection of methane gas in the planet's atmosphere. Methane is an organic compound that is typically produced by living organisms, so its presence on Mars has led some scientists to speculate that there may be life on the red planet. While the detection of methane on Mars is intriguing, it is still a subject of debate among scientists. Some have suggested that the methane may be the result of geological processes, while others believe that it is a sign of biological activity. In order to determine the source of the methane, scientists have been studying the planet's atmosphere and surface in more detail. They have also been using spacecraft to search for signs of life, such as organic molecules and biosignatures. The Martian moons. Mars has two small moons, Phobos and Deimos, that orbit close to the planet. These moons are irregularly shaped and heavily cratered, suggesting that they may be captured asteroids rather than natural satellites. In fact, some scientists believe that the moons may have originally been part of the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Despite their small size, Phobos and Deimos have been the subject of intense study by planetary scientists. In particular, there is growing interest in the possibility of sending missions to these moons in the future. This is because the moons could provide valuable resources for future human missions to Mars, such as water and building materials. Martian seasons. Mars has a longer year than Earth, lasting around 687 Earth days. The planet's axial tilt is also similar to Earth's, which means that it experiences seasons in much the same way as our planet. However, because Mars' orbit is more elliptical than Earth's, its seasons are much more extreme. During the Martian summer, the temperatures can reach up to 20 degrees Celsius at the equator, while in winter they can drop to as low as -125 degrees Celsius. This extreme temperature variation can have a significant impact on the planet's weather and climate, causing dust storms, water vapor condensation, and other phenomena. Conclusion: Mars is a planet that continues to captivate our imagination and inspire scientific discovery. From its dust storms and polar ice caps to its massive canyon system and potential for life, there is still much to learn about this mysterious world. As we continue to study Mars in greater detail, we can expect to uncover even more intriguing phenomena and unlock the secrets of this fascinating planet.